What's up, guys? It's your boy Jay Reason back in with another video, and today we're going to get into the top 10 quarterbacks of the 2021 NFL season. With that said, before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, and of course, if you like content like this, sports news, sports talks, sports stream, make sure you guys subscribe. Alright, so starting off, Carson Wentz, who currently has a QBR of 54.8. He basically finished off the season 9 wins, 8 losses, 322 completions out of 516 attempts, 3,563 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Wentz was traded to the Indianapolis Colts on March 17, 2021 in exchange for a 21 third-round pick as well as a 22 conditional second-round pick. Wentz had to have surgery on his foot due to an injury that he had suffered during training camp. He actually underwent that surgery on August 2nd, 2021. But despite the surgery, he was able to return in time for the September 12th season opener against the Seattle Seahawks. Wentz threw for 3,000 yards, over 3,000 yards, 27 touchdowns. Colts ended up finishing 9-8, but obviously didn't go to the playoffs after losing to the Jaguars. Number 9, it's going to be Russell Wilson. Now, during the Seahawks Week 5 loss to the Rams, Wilson actually ended up leaving the game due to having a broken finger in the third quarter. He ended up having surgery in October, and then mid-October, it was ruled out by the Seahawks on Week 6 against the Steelers. It was actually the first game that he missed in his career, which ended a streak of 149 consecutive games started by an NFL quarterback, which is 6th all-time. He was placed on injury reserve and then basically missed the next 3 games, and then he came off in November. He actually ended up finishing the year with a record of 6 wins, 8 losses, quarterback rating of 55, 259 completions, 400 attempts, 3,113 yards, 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Going on to number 8, Ryan Tannehill. Now, Tannehill had led the Titans to back-to-back AFC titles for the first time in franchise history, as well as clinching a number 1 seed in the AFC for the first time since 2008. And of course, in the divisional round against the Bengals, Tannehill ended up throwing for 220 yards and a touchdown, but threw 3 interceptions in the 19-16 loss. He actually ended up on the season 12 wins, 5 losses, quarterback rating of 56, 357 completions, 531 attempts, 3,734 yards, 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Going on to number 7, Kyler Murray. Now, during Week 2 against the Minnesota Vikings, Murray actually finished with 400 passing yards, 31 rushing yards, and 2 interceptions, and 4 total touchdowns as the Cardinals barely won with a 34-33 victory over the Vikings due to them missing a field goal. If you watched that game, it was very exciting. Then, of course, a few weeks pass. He actually had an ankle injury, ended up missing some games. Returned in Week 13 against the Bears. In his first game back, he had 123 yards passing, 59 rushing, and 4 total touchdowns. And then on January 17th, 2022, he actually made his NFL postseason debut in the wild card round. They lost to the Los Angeles Rams 34-11. And Murray basically struggled throughout this game, throwing 2 interceptions and no touchdowns, and setting a career low for a passer rating. He's going to end the 2021 season with 9 wins, 5 losses, quarterback rating of 57, completions 333, attempts 481, 3,787 yards, 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Now, coming in at number 6, Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. Allen actually finished the regular season with career-high 409 pass completions, completing 63% of his passes for 4,407 yards, 36 passing touchdowns. He also had 763 rushing yards and another 6 touchdowns on the ground. He would end the 2021 season with 11 wins, 6 losses, quarterback rating of 60.6, 409 completions, 646 attempts, 36 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Number 5, Patrick Mahomes. Now, Mahomes is going to have 12 wins, 5 losses, quarterback rating of 62, 436 completions, 658 attempts, 4,839 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. Now, in week 1, Mahomes had 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and 337 yards in the 33-29 win over the Browns, earning the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. There were a couple of weeks where, Mahomes and company lost a few games. Things looked bleak for him, but, they picked it right back up and basically showed that, champion team or Super Bowl team spirit, and ended up coming back, leading them to the AFC Championship. Next is going to be number 4. Surprisingly, Matthew Stafford, with a record of 12 wins, 5 losses, quarterback rating of 63.8, 404 completions, 601 attempts, 4,886 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 17 interceptions. On March 18th, 2021, Stafford was actually traded to the Rams in a package involving Jared Goff, 2021 third-round pick, and 2 first-round picks in 2022 and 23. Stafford made his Rams debut during Sunday Night Football against the Chicago Bears, where Stafford threw for 321 yards and 3 touchdowns with a career-best passer rating of 156. As the weeks go on, Stafford would basically show that, without a doubt, he's built for this league and he's a winner. At this point, he would move on, win the NFC Championship, and get a ticket to the Super Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals. Going on to number 3, Justin Herbert. With a record of 9 wins, 8 losses, quarterback rating of 65.6, 443 completions, 672 attempts, 5,014 yards, 38 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. Now, Herbert's going to lead the Chargers to a 3-1 start at the beginning of the season, including a 30-24 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, as the weeks go on, he basically showed that, he's not just a rookie, that he's got some talent under his belt. He actually ended up surpassing Dan Marino's record for the most total touchdowns in an NFL quarterback's first 2 seasons. He had a great run for the 2021 season. Moving on to number 2, the GOAT himself, Tom Brady. He's going to wrap up the 2021 season with 13 wins, 4 losses, quarterback rating of 68.1, completions 485 out of 719 attempts, 5,316 yards, 43 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Now, on February 11, 2021, it was actually revealed that Brady had knee discomfort through most of the 2020 season and that he required some time to heal while that got fixed. Brady ended up signing a 1-year contract extension through the 2022 season with the Buccaneers on March 12th, and it was actually revealed in July of 2021 that Brady had torn his MCL on his knee. And at the same time, Brady and tight end Rob Gronkowski became the second passer-receiver duo to record 100 touchdown passes, joining Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison. And of course, ending the 2021 season, Brady actually became the oldest player in NFL history to pass for at least 5,000 yards, and his passing yards total marked the 3rd most of a single season in NFL history. And then with the victory over his former team, Brady became the 4th quarterback in NFL history to record a win against all 32 current teams in the league, joining Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, and Drew Brees. And in addition, he became the 6th quarterback to have a victory against every NFL franchise, every NFL team, after Frank Tarkenton and Joe Montana. Moving on, and number 1, Aaron Rodgers. 13 wins, 3 losses, quarterback rating of 69.3, 366 completions, 531 attempts, 4,115 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Rodgers' 2021 season had a rough start as he completed 15 to 28 passes for 133 yards and 2 interceptions when the Green Bay Packers lost to the New Orleans Saints. He then, of course, went through an issue with the testing for COVID, so he missed a few games. So he ended up missing 10 days per the league's rules, including the game against the Kansas City Chiefs. So while unvaccinated, they basically said that he also committed multiple violations of the NFL rules. But then he came back. And in Week 16, he had a victory over the Cleveland Browns, where Rodgers threw his 443rd career touchdown pass, passing Brett Favre for the most all-time career touchdown passes in Green Bay Packers history. For his play in the month of December, Rodgers actually ended up earning the NFC Offensive Player of the Month honors and ended up going to the divisional round against the San Francisco 49ers, where he threw for 225 yards, but ultimately ended up losing 13-10, ending the Green Bay Packers season for 2021. With that said, guys, we've ended this list. Did your favorite quarterback make the list? Did your favorite quarterback not make the list? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And of course, hit that like button. And as always, subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.